Everybody, welcome back. Lynx Gaming here. So today is an Ares faction update. Yay! I'm suffering inside. Okay, so basically, it goes like this. So, Ares faction is back up, as I think I mentioned in my last video, which, I definitely didn't upload Monday on. Which I definitely didn't upload on Monday, so this is to make up for that, so I'm going to double upload today. So basically, Ares faction is back up. I've been emailing the staff to on the topic of when I'm getting my rank back, because as you can see, I still have no rank over here. So I sent my first email 2 days ago, 48 hours. I then sent another one 20 hours ago. But I just got a response 5 hours ago. So I've waited somewhere around 50 to 60 hours to get a response. Just a response. Which, if you ask me, doesn't fully make sense, and the fact that it's been 5 hours since I've got said response, and I still don't have my rank, it's really questionable. Like, am I getting Herobrine rank back? I don't know. I just don't know. So, I'm just gonna be... I don't even know what I'm gonna do, because like 80% of my loot is gone. But, so the loot's gone, everyone's loot is wiped, and I've been keeping people updated on how it's been going with me. But like, does it really freaking matter if I don't get anything back? Like, come on. Like, these guys gotta do something. And also, due to the fact that a certain someone that I let use my account, actually lost some of my sets. Not happy with that. I'm gonna message them about changing my password so that way they can't use that account. And it isn't some like random person that I don't actually know using my account. It's actually a relative of mine. So I'm just gonna change it. Like if they're gonna lose my stuff and I'm gonna spawn in like a weird position, I'm just not doing that then. Don't know why I would do that. So base time. So this base dates back a few weeks, maybe a month back. Maybe a month back to when I was in whatever the frick you call it. I'm just gonna show you the wall. So I found this base when I was in, not Monster, I had a different base, not Godless. I think it was Antivirus, yeah. I think it was Antivirus I first found this base, and I started using it for my own stuff, but after I got a week ban and came back, it was magically gone. I'd give like a little like name to what I I give like a little name to what I'm doing for fun, because why not? So Asgard, my first faction, it was led by Musamil, who then left because he was just hopping into different factions. So that faction, it was just a bunch of us, who just got together. I think only one of the people, no, two of the people from that faction still play. Monster, my claim to fame, this was back in, I don't know, Herobrine Prime time, when we would consistently get 100 people online with Molofix and Savitar, which is, actually, I'm using his skin. So, I'm using his skin, if any of you guys didn't know that, this is Savitar's skin, not mine. Mine looks a hell of a lot worse. Godless, my power phase. I was in Godless, that was when I started, no, that was 90 Iris. Godless was when that was the first time I had a faction grinder, so I was getting a lot of experience in armor, but not like good armor. It was like protection 2, which at the time was good for me because I still had no clue what I was doing. Antivirus was my recovery because I recently lost a lot of gear on a raid, and it was Herobrine gear. It was like shulkers of Herobrine gear and stuff because I was an idiot. Leader was Deadly Snake. 90 Irish, short but sweet. I was in this faction for like a week and a half before it disbanded. It was led by YOLO Kid XD, who still plays today. I think he's the only one from like the 90 Irish that still plays. X Zuko does still play, but I think he's moved on to the Hades server. Antivirus, the return. Also, in 90 Iris, I did grind out a lot of kits with the money and experience I got. So I made like 2 shulkers of full hero gear during that time. Antivirus, the return. So after getting kicked from that, I went back to this. Because this is what I had going for me, and I knew that that was good. So I went back to that, and that was, the return to antivirus. The advent. So I'd say that this was my second most powerful phase, along with the first half of Resistance. So I was led by the Mace 2004, who was a Herobrine. It was co-led by Alina Azul, also a Herobrine, and I was in there a VIP. Zuko joined a VIP++. So we had a few ranked members in there, so that means we had good gear, we had good sets. Because the Mace and Alina had too much stuff, they were just Herobrine kits laying around the base. And not to give a hint to anyone, but I may still live in an III base. So the base is solid, like it hasn't been found. And Resistance, Herobrine. So this is right now, not including right now because I'm no longer a Herobrine, but this is my most powerful phase. I finally have a full obby set that I got from a raid on Solitude with, 2 extra pieces, but those pieces are for my second set. And the leader is Monix Rain. The leader actually does not come on often, and I am viewed as the leader. People ask me if I'm the leader of Resistance. Whenever that happens, I just say no, I'm not. So this dates back, I don't know, so this dates 2.5 months back. Monster was my most noticeable one because it was a dead faction. Asgard had people, but that's now dead. No one from it plays on Ares anymore. They all play on Hades. Monster was a dead fac while I joined it. So when I joined, there were only like 3 people that I would consistently see. So I had to counter raid somebody, and it was just me. I did get the kill off. So I got the kill, I plugged up the base, and because it was a main obby cube in the overworld, but there was a growth on the top of the obby cube about, the size of this place, minus the top 2 floors. So it was a solid, I don't know, like 8 by 5, and I lived in that. So when they raided the bottom and they didn't raid the top, I was like laughing inside because I was like, these guys are such fools that they didn't even check the upstairs. Like, if you looked at it from outside, it's very obvious there's an upstairs. The Godless base, there were multiple. The first one was in the overworld underground. It was a big base. Like that, it was big. It was definitely more than it was more than a 50 by 50 by 25 tall. So it was big. It was a big underground base, but that got raided. So actually we renovated it before it got raided. And then we moved to the end, where I did visit recently. It's still mostly intact, but I ended up using the Godless base as my own personal base after we moved again. No, actually, no. Yeah, we did move again. So I took over that base. I took over, like, part of that base because I had a little house there filled with my stuff. And we let someone else move in beside us. And, we were allied. But they showed the base to someone else because, they were using the guise of, oh, we want to buy this base. And they did not want to buy that base. Instead, they raided them, and I showed up, and I'm like, hold up, why are there 2 guys here? They weren't, directly aggroing me, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just sit back and relax. So I decided to message the guy. I was just like, yo, who are these two people? And he said, dude, they killed me. I TP'd them here. And I'm like, oh, frick. Now, I had a Hero Brand set on. I didn't know I could kill them, but there were two of them. No, it was three, two with iron, one with diamond. And all of it was enchanted. So I decided I'm not going to risk that for the biscuit. So I went to F chat. I was just like, guys, TP to me. There's three guys here raiding. And they were like, okay, they got their armor on. They all TP'd to me. We put them down really quick. You know, it really wasn't a fight. It was a slaughter fest. So, you know, that was... These two were one of my more notable factions. Antivirus. I mean, the fact base was just lacking in antivirus. No disrespect to Deadly Snake, but when I join a faction, I love a good F-home. I am a sucker for a good F-home. That's why when Kahona was still active, and anyone who knows Kahona, shout out to Malefix and Savitar, that's why I left Kahona. Because I joined it, I did /F home, and I was like, wait, there's no F home? I was just like, well, frick, I'm out then. Because that's just not how I like to play. But the F home there was lacking. I did end up storing a whole bunch of my personal loot at the base. But it was in like an obsidian, it was in its own obsidian thing inside the base. So it would be like last time they would have to like they would have to get through the first obsidian cube, then the second one. So, you know, if they wanted to do that, I mean, I guess they could, but it's just not fun for anyone. 90 Iris, I'm not going to say too much. I think that they still have the same fact home, but it was big with a powerful grinder. Okay, it had a powerful grinder. There were two of them with like 100 Vindies plus. It was really good. It was better than the Solitude one. And, you know, I grinded out 2 shulkers of hero gear, so it had to be good. Antivirus already covered that. I. The fact home, it had a good grinder, but the fact home itself was generally smaller than the other ones I'd been in, with not a lot of storage space. Because, you know, it was Helena and Mace. If they really wanted to keep something, they shoved it in their private vaults. So, you know, the fact home in it, but it did look nice. It was the best looking faction home I had been in. And Resistance. So our fact home got raided early on, because someone in our faction TP'd someone there, because he was mad because we were going to kick him. So I sacrificed one of my bases to be the new Resistance fact home. That fact home is still standing today. It was raided by one of our fact mates who then left, but he didn't TP anyone in. So as far as we know, the coords are safe. But the leader is just not on. So I guess I'm the symbolic leader. And I swear to God, if Thor Power begs for something, he's gonna ask me for money or gear. Oh God, I hate this part of... Because... You take the spawners from out home. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like going for stuff unless it's like a guarantee. You know. Oh, I do know, apparently. Oh. Blaze? Who the frick is Blaze? Who? Oh, the spawners themselves. Boy, shut. Pardon the interruption there. Someone thought it would be a good idea to walk in on me while I was recording. Now, by the way, this is the same guy who lost my first God set, so hats off to you. The person has made it known to me that, you know, he said it wasn't him. And, I mean, as much as I can't prove it, I have 2 little brothers, and it was one of them. So I'm going to say it was him. Might not have been him. I don't know. I don't really care. I still think that they should pay me IRL money for, you know, so I can buy, like, millions of... Anyways, point is, it was one of them. They lost a God set for me. Way to go. GG. So yeah, this is the base. I still use this base. So I don't even know what I have in it. A bunch of iron gear in the bottom row. So, you know, if you really wanna raid me, I mean, I guess I have that. I don't even know what's in here. Do I have gear? Well, I have that, so I mean, I guess if you want to raid me for efficiency 2 stuff. Oh, cool, what's in here? Bunch of strength 2 pots, ender pearls. Cena's head, that is gonna be protected. That is my head. I got him banned a while back. He was hacking. So, you know, he was using ESP. Oh no, I don't have the clip. I might be able to get the clip back, and if so, I will add it into today's upload of him very obviously using ESP in the arena. Now this, it's an older one, but it works. Like, I caught him using Kill Aura, and I was like, frick this, I'm pissed, so I started recording, and that's what started me on my quest to get every single freaking hacker banned, and so far I've gotten like 6 bans and a few mutes. 6 bans and 5 mutes. So I'd say my track record is pretty good. Most of the people that I do report are normally banned or muted. So thank you, that's all for today. If I do find the clip, I might have deleted it, but I did upload it to a website, so I'm going to put the link to the website if I find it in the description down below. Thanks, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Have a nice night.